What's going on, everyone? Kyle Lontajo here with my guest, Nick Lontajo.
How you guys doing?
This guy has a huge resume, great background. We met back at Paychex. We're going to share his story, but ultimately went into loans, left loans, wanted to get a little more comfortable in his life, wanted some security based on our initial conversation. Didn't work out, and he ended up making a leap and jumping back into the driver's seat of his life.
Right.
And making the decision to jump back into operating his own business. So let's start at the beginning, bro. Like,
Sure.
I want to learn, we want to hear where you're from, what your upbringing was like.
Amazing.
And then
Let's
we
do
want to
it.
move into your career and your successes.
I love
We
it.
want to hear your ups, your downs, the trials and tribulations you faced.
I'll be an open book.
And all of it.
Yeah, I'm
right.
excited for sure.
Cool, man. So let's start. You were born where?
Orange County.
OC.
Yeah. So born and raised in Santa Ana, Tustin area. So, yeah, I had a great childhood. I was an only child. So with that, it does come with some pros and cons. But yeah, I mean, middle class. So, I know what's available to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And your mom, she was...
Occupation wise?
Yeah, occupation, ethnicity.
Yeah. My mom is white, Romanian,
Okay.
and she's a paralegal. Actually, her office is less than 0.2 miles away from you.
Right
So,
up the street. We're
right up the
neighbors.
street. Yeah. So
And your pops?
my pops is Filipino. He came here when he was about, I believe, 8 years old, 10 years old maybe. And he's in the loan industry. So that's kind of how I got into it. And so thank him for, giving me the insight on how loans work and kind of introduced me to the whole thing. So,
yeah. Heck yeah. So you grew up in entrepreneur kind of household, it sounds like.
Yeah. My dad owned a mortgage company and, started as a janitor and worked his way up to owning a, mortgage company to being a broker. And so, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So what was it like growing up under their wings? Like, what was the household like? What was...
Very structured, very structured, very disciplined. Yes, like I was an only child. I wouldn't say I was a spoiled brat by any means, but I did get everything that I wanted, right? And so I guess that kind of hurt me growing up. But yeah, it was very structured. I see what hard work, what it takes to get where you need to be, right? And have a good occupation, have a good career, and make money so you can live life and stuff. But yeah, I grew up, very comfortable, and I'm very thankful for that. But as I got older and when I couldn't rely on my parents anymore, it kind of hit me, and it actually in a negative way, right? Because I just thought everything was going to be given to me. But at the end of the day, I found my way, and that's what's important.
So grew up in OC. How'd you end up out here and where? The IE.
I think we were about 25. Got married. My wife is from Moreno Valley, and the cost of living out here is obviously a lot less expensive than Orange County. We could have got $300,000 at that time would have got us a rundown condo, and we ended up moving out here.
Right.
I've got a brand new home and her whole family's out here. My mom's in Temecula, her whole family. So it's just convenient. That's why we moved out here. Nice. So I'm happy to be out here. Definitely want to move out to Temecula your way. Yeah. Seeing your property was really an inspiration to me and my wife, Bree.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
Got to get out of Paris, and we will, baby.
Yeah. That's right. Good stuff. We're going to be neighbors.
We will.
I'm proclaiming it now.
We will.
We're going to be neighbors.
We will, as long as you don't move out.
I ain't going nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
Locked roots here.
There we go.
So let's talk a little bit about your career now. Like, where'd you start? Graduating high school?
Yeah, man, I was lost.
Okay.
Yeah, I was lost. I always compared myself to my friends. They all went to college, got degrees, W-2 jobs, getting paid starting, $60,000 to $100,000, and I school was never my thing. School was just not my passion. I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. Always kind of wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And with that, there's growing pains. There's you're lost, really.
For sure. I get that.
Yeah, I was really lost. And I was just, I got in the mortgage business. I, worked my way up from being a loan officer assistant to processor to loan officer, and then kind of felt like I found my calling to being a loan officer. I mean, my last name is Lontajo, so
That's right. I love that name, bro. When I seen it, I was like, Lontajo? That's from being from Reno, Tahoe area. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Right. So, it's in my last name. So my Instagram is Lontajo, Lontajo. So, I felt like that was my calling.
Okay.
But,
you're going to start a brokerage up in Tahoe.
Yeah, possibly. Let's go. I love that area, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was really just lost, and then with the market, it's really rough with rates. And I mean, look at rates now, it's rough,
right.
And so it was hard for me to provide for my family. Funds were tight, and watching Bree, working for the county and making money, and her parents work for the county and they're retired, and all my friends work for, well-established companies and stuff like that. I was like, dude, I'm comparing myself with them, and I'm like, I'm not there,
Yeah.
It was very scary, and it was very just, felt sorry for myself, so then I mortgage industry crashed, quit, was, doing odds and ends jobs, and then I worked for Paychex. I interviewed for Paychex. I knew Saul.
Yeah.
And Saul knew Bree, so I interviewed and I got the job, and that's where I met you.
Yeah.
And dude,
I remember.
Thank God every day that I met you, Kyle, because
Okay.
you're a huge inspiration to me and my family, and so got into
awesome,
Paychex.
Dude. Yeah, those are good times, bro. I remember like the first day we did a ride along before you even got the job. We did a ride along.
Yep.
And we went out. We hustled that day, dude.
Sure
we
did.
freaking grinded, and I was like, I'm gonna put this kid through the ringer. And
You
like,
did.
Let's see if he's real.
You did.
And then we had a conversation like at the end of the day, and I did with you what I do with every like new sales rep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like had a conversation, and really like tested your mind. Like, is he gonna be worth it? Is he even gonna put in the work? Because
Right.
I mean, it's easy to collect a paycheck at Paychex, right?
For
like,
sure.
It's so easy. It's the easiest thing to do, but to really make some bread and really make, you gotta grind. Like,
100%.
if you want to make over 6 figures, it's absolutely doable, but you gotta work.
100%.
And you definitely had that mentality.
We hit it off right away.
Yeah,
We hit it off right away for
Had a
sure.
great conversation. I was like, we're like-minded. I knew too at that point. I was like, he's gonna be my boy. I think I even told my wife. I was like, dude, I took a Nick guy out for a ride along today. Like, he's gonna be my boy. Me and him we got the same energy, same vibes, same goals, same mindset. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
I went home and I
same
told Bree the
wavelength.
same thing about you.
That's
I
awesome,
told
dude.
her about my ride along and how passionate you were and how motivated individual you were, and I knew I was in a good spot. And thankful to you. You took me under your wing and you really showed me the ropes, and you never gave up on me, and you always kind of stayed in there. So and you still are. I mean, look where I'm at today. So I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. I had it. We had so many good mentors at Paychex.
Patrick Daniel, the man.
Patrick, freaking even before you, Tyler, but on our team, dude, Saul, Chris, Ryan Thorne, like great leaders.
Right.
Really, dude, you want to talk about like building a culture?
Right.
We
had
got
the
to
best
see,
culture,
dude. Like Ryan Thorne came in and was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna have a meeting, and this is a culture meeting,
right?
And we're gonna talk about what's gonna make this culture fun. What do you guys want this culture to be like?"
Right.
And we just brainstormed, and we were just like, he was just like whiteboard. And to give you guys like an image, hopefully I'm gonna find an image to put up for Isaac, and he's gonna be a guest too. I'm gonna bring Ryan on for sure. But he's Will Ferrell, like
He really is.
through. He's got the character, like he's funny.
Right.
He even has a similar look, you know.
Right.
And so,
Personality. Yep.
yeah, dude. And that was a game changer, though, right?
It was.
Having a leader come in and do that.
Being a part of a number one, we were the number one sales team in the nation.
Yep.
And to be a part of that culture was pretty insane. Saul and Chris and just the whole team. It was pretty amazing to be a part of.
Yeah, it was, man. And that was like when you were coming in too. I was like, my mentality was the only thing I wanted to do was I wanted to be number one myself.
And you
and
were.
I wanted to be a number one team in the nation.
And you
that was
we were.
me, Saul, dude. We were all going for that same goal, dude.
Right.
And as we were recruiting too, like, dude, we're recruiting like-minded people, you know?
Right.
We weren't trying to bring on people who were just there to
Who
get
were going to
by.
bring us value.
Yeah.
Right.
We want people who are smarter than us, better than us, who, you know,
Right.
who're going to add. And we did that. That's how we were able to build that team.
Right.
We had a lot of fun doing it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, and Paychex, you, because we ended up, like, I went to a different team. You stayed. Not long after that, you were gone, right?
Right.
You went on leave. You
Right.
had your daughter.
I had my baby daughter, Kinsley. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which let's jump into that story real quick, because that's
Sure.
an awesome story. I know it took you and your wife a while, like,
Yeah.
and you had some trials and tribulations, both you and your wife, through
For
that.
sure.
I want to hear that. And
Yeah. That was very
hear that
emotional.
story.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to have kids, and Bree and I both wanted to have kids, and it took us 4 years. You know, we seek medical, I don't know how you say it, medical attention or what have you, guidance, what have you, and we went through the ringer. The only thing that we didn't do was in vitro, which is super costly at the time, but we did everything else that we're supposed to, and it just wasn't working out. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, there's other kids out there that need love. There's other kids out there that need guidance, and we were totally open to adoption. So we said, you know what? Let's just stop trying. We're gonna adopt. And literally, I think 2 weeks after that, Bree told me she was pregnant, and it was just like I didn't believe her. Like I just could not believe her. And yeah, it was 4 years in the making. I'm super blessed. She changed my life for the better.
So you guys tried for 4 years.
4 years.
4 years straight. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Bree's taking pills. We're going to appointment doctors' offices like once, twice a month. Injecting herself. It was, it sucked,
You're over there freaking eating healthier than you've ever eaten in your whole life.
Yeah, I'm getting tested. We're going, it's just doctor visits after doctor visits, and it was brutal in the mind, you know? And so sometimes you just kind of have to reset, right? And just let go and just let God and just, trust the process. And that's what we did. And fortunately, thank God we have Kinsley. And ever since she came, it's changed my life.
Yeah.
Completely.
She's beautiful. I know. I've seen it. I've seen it change your life. I've seen the transition and the growth and all of that. So kids will do that to you.
For sure. For sure.
Oh,
yeah. When I was on leave, it, made me really think about life and where I want to be and the life that I want to provide to Kinsley, and that's really the start of everything that I've implemented in my life was because of her. And, and I always thought that a child would change my life. I always had the idea, but I really didn't know to what capacity.
For sure.
And did it light a fire under my butt, man. It's just insane.
Woo!
So
just like that too.
Just like
that.
It's
like overnight, like boom.
Right.
Oh shoot! Like a whole nother baby, not just a baby. Like this is soul. Like this is
responsibility.
Is someone that I have to not just raise. I have to be an example.
100%.
I have to be a leader. I have to be a provider for. Like it's one thing to like just raise a kid, right? Because there's like a lot of people are out there, just raising their kids. But to like train and direct and guide and mentor and lead a kid, right? As we're called to do. That's
if you want to be a great parent, if you want to be a good parent or a great parent, that sets the difference right there. And it's like it has to be instilled within yourself first.
For sure.
In order for you to be able to lead, right? And have that mentality and be able to do all those things that you just mentioned. It has to come in from within first. And that's the biggest thing for me. It's like, how can I preach something if I'm not doing it? And that's where I drew the line. And that's where I was like, I'm done. I'm sick of being average. I'm sick of, being a W-2 wage earner. I'm sick of trading my time for money. I'm sick of not, watching TV and drinking and partying and waking up hungover. I got sick of it. Dude, I was done, and that's where it's led me to be where I'm at right now, and this is just the beginning,
Because you partied with the boys a lot, right? Like
I traveled.
were,
I traveled. I had a great time. I lived a really great life prior to Bree, and I lived a great life, even better life with Bree. And our priorities weren't there. You know, we were young, you know, and our friends was important. You know, it wasn't about our mindset.
For sure.
It wasn't that
That's
mindset.
normal. It's like the average, right? That we call normal.
Right.
It shouldn't be normalized. It's unfortunate that is normalized, because we know that, and this was my perspective, the 20s, those are my years to grind. Like 100%. This is my year to hustle. Like I got a family that I want to build by the time I'm like in my 30s is what I'm thinking. Like, I got a lot of money to make. I got a career to build, a business to make. I got some investments to do. Like,
and you have to do that young. You have to put in the time now.
That's the only time you have.
Right, because then it's too old.
It's too late.
It's too late.
I'm 30.
40,
partied
50.
with my boys every weekend. I didn't build anything. I didn't invest anywhere.
There's
blew all
so
my money
many
at the bars.
Exactly.
Sorry, babe. Sorry, daughter. Sorry, son. You know,
you let them down.
Like I'm gonna have to work for the rest of my life, a 9-to-5 job, and
can't go on vacations.
No vacations. I can't buy you Christmas presents. I can't even be here.
I can't even lead.
Because actually, none of that matters at the end of the day. Is like the tangible, right? Like, the relationship, right?
Right.
You don't even have to be able to give them a gift for Christmas or be able to give them the best house or a pool, or like, dude, it doesn't matter. Spend time with them.
Right.
Lead them, guide them, direct them.
Love them.
But if you're not in a financial position,
it makes it very difficult.
Dude, you're not. Let's all be honest, right? Like, finances are the number one burden on any relationship.
That's what they say, and I believe it.
It's it's a fact. Just think about like any conversation. Like, finances is the one conversation that doesn't always end up right, depending on your relationship with your wife and how you guys are. But most marriages, we know that's the issue.
Right. And that, I mean, fortunately, you know, Bree's put herself in a position, you know, to be, you know, to be comfortable. And working at Paychex, I was comfortable.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And we're living paycheck to paycheck. We're doing what we wanted to do, and we had money, like a little bit of money to do things and stuff like that. But based off what I wanted to do, like my why, and it just wasn't gonna get. I wasn't gonna get anywhere, you know, doing what I was doing.
Yeah. So when you had your daughter, like that was around that time. That's when you made the leap. You went back into loans.
Yeah.
Right? What sparked that, and how did that play out? And tell me that story.
Yeah. So fortunately, working at Paychex, I had some time to take care. To spend time with Kinsley, and during that time I really did a lot of thinking about myself, and Kinsley is the spark of everything. My daughter was the spark of everything, and you know, I knew I needed to bring myself to a whole nother level, and with that, you know, I had to make the decision to quit my job at Paychex, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I'm very thankful for the people that I've met. Very thankful for everything that I've learned, for sure.
Amazing company.
Amazing company.
Never say a bad word about them.
Never, ever. Had great leaders, you know.
Phenomenal. They know how to train.
Yeah, they do. They know how to keep you accountable. They know how to, you know, I mean, our leadership knew how to do that. Not every leader has that. Not every team had what we had. And I'm able to implement that in my life now. So I said, you know what? The rates are still good. I'm still an LO. I was always an LO. I was still doing loans while working at Paychex, you know. And so I said, you know what? Rates are still good, and I'm going to dedicate every day, and I'm going to do loans again. I'm going to take advantage of the rates. And dude, I funded $4.5 million in loans in the first quarter of 2022, you know. Like, I hustled, you know, and I made it happen.
Yeah.
But with anything, as you can see now, the rates are so high, you can't rely on that. And that's what put me in the predicament that I was in, why I went to Paychex, because the rates were just horrible. And so it's not sustainable, you know. Lending is a service. And, you know, if you're great at it, you can survive. I'm still doing loans right now, even with rates being as high as they are. I'm still doing loans, not as much.
Yeah.
But
it's cyclical.
Yeah.
Right? It is. Yeah.
Right. So then I said, okay. First of all, I need to fix my mindset before I do anything.
Yeah.
My mindset, man, was messed up, lazy, low frequency. I was just average, dude. And there's no way you can excel with having a weak mindset because I can give up at any point. And that's the problem that I had.
Yeah.
And that's where I recognized. And I said, dude, I looked in the mirror and I looked at my body and I'm like, dude, I'm out of shape. My mind's out of shape.
Yeah.
You know?
What's up?
What's up? Exactly. And I said, dude, I can't look like this. You know? And it was a mindset.
For sure.
So I said, I'm going to wake up. I started waking up at 5:30 in the morning, going running.
Yeah.
And I started listening.
Started watching you.
Yeah, dude.
Watching his videos. Gotta watch them.
And what I did is woke up early in the morning, which I never used to do. I used to wake up at like 7:55 to get on my team meeting at Paychex. You know, it's like, dude, so bad, so bad. And I knew that if I wanted to change, I need to do something about it. So I started waking up. I started running, and not only was I running and exercising my body, but I was also at the same time exercising my mind. Yeah. And I was listening to it's on Apple Music. It's called Reinvent Yourself. And I was just listening to it. And I'm like, wow. Like all just like, this is what I could be. This is the mentality I have to have. And that's when I had my statement day. And that's when I was like, okay, today is my day that I'm going to reinvent myself. And because of that is why it was a snowball effect to everything I was doing. So fitness was the number one. Well, mindset and fitness was my number one thing that I changed in my life, you know, because at the end of the day, Kinsley is going to get older and she's going to be in sports. And like, I don't want to be low energy and you know,
fat dad? You don't want to be the fat dad?
No, absolutely not. If you guys, for those that know my dad's super fit. You see my dad. He's ripped. He's like,
he's like my dad, bro.
53 years old and just ripped.
Yeah. Our dads are a lot similar, bro. Like, they're like shorter, freaking. Oh, they're bigger than both of us, bro. Like,
well, my goal is to be bigger than my dad.
That's right. For real.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, I can't have my dad be better shape than me.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. The heck.
So
we got their genes, though. We just need a couple more years.
Yeah, dude. Just work in progress. So yeah, it was fitness, mindset, and then I just went down a rabbit hole, you know. I started watching a podcast. His name's Brad Lee. Have you heard of Brad Lee? Yeah. He's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
Beast, super relatable. I like him a lot.
For sure. Maybe we'll bring him on.
Dude, I love that. Yeah, that's sick. He would love to do it. Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to do it. But Brad Lee, what he does, he brings in all these guests that specialize in solar, roofing, loans, whatever, real estate investing, you name it, marketing, what have you.
Yep.
And so I utilized this platform to figure out, what do I want to do? You know, because I knew loans wasn't sustainable. It's good for extra cash. And so anyway, I changed my mindset and I was like, okay, I'm going to get into real estate investing. And I knew what I had to do. I went down the rabbit hole. I watched several people in real estate investing. I have like literally probably, I don't know, 5 people that I follow. And then I also was like, well, what other income can I, like, what industries can you get into that's going to bring cash flow? Real estate is one of them, but you have to have, you know, money and you have to know what you're doing and what have you. But food industry, never going to go away. It may go out of style or it may go out of taste, but it's never going to go away.
Right.
And so food was one of them. And transportation, of course, everyone needs to drive, right?
Yep.
And so, you know, with my mind turning all the time and thinking of opportunities, I was open to anything. And I came across a great opportunity, an amazing opportunity, once in a lifetime type of opportunity where my brother-in-law, we're talking, and he owned a independent distributor for Mission Tortillas. Yeah. It's like a bread route.
Right.
And
tortilla route.
Yeah, and it's something I'd never ever done. I don't know anything about distribution, but you know what?
You ran bread routes, running CPAs though.
Right, exactly. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. You know, so I was like, you know what? Let me. You know, he gave me the opportunity to listen and work the route with him, and I was like, dude, let's do it. You know, So basically what I wanted to do was get into the distribution side, because I knew that was never going to go away. That's something that I'm going to get income every single week for the rest of my life until I sell it.
Yep.
And it's super consistent. Even when COVID, man, unfortunately COVID, like hurt a lot of people. A lot of people didn't work, and fortunately for my brother-in-law, he was still making money. He had his biggest paychecks during COVID because all the food was flying off the shelves.
Yep.
So it's like, dude, I need to get into that. I want to be able to go to sleep and make money while I'm sleeping. I want cash flow. I want money in my account every week.
Yeah.
And that's going to allow me to get that up and running so that I can focus on my loan, so I can focus on real estate investing. And that's going to be my nest. And that's what I did. So I, took a leap of faith. I was scared. I invested money in it, and I did it. And I'm so happy that I did it, and it's now allowed me to focus on other ventures. And that was my goal. And now I'm doing real estate investing. I just closed on a 4-unit property in Las Vegas. Getting into another one, hopefully in escrow next month, a 2-unit in Vegas. And I'm just going to continue to grow my portfolio, and just grow and continue to grow. I was someone that was so average and basic, and now, I still have a lot to go, but I'm taking action. And there was like 3 words that I told myself that I'm going to live by. And that's action, consistency, and discipline. Those are 3 words I promised myself.
Action, consistency, and discipline.
And discipline.
Let's go.
And by implementing that and getting rid of all my distractions, it's allowed me to be, where I'm at right now. And what I have right now is, it's small, and it's, I like to say the crumbles to my recipe. Yeah. But dude, I did this in 8 months.
Right.
8 months.
It's huge, bro. You've made huge leaps, big time. Honestly, I've seen it. I've been following you, and can't say enough. And it did. You're right. It started with your mindset. Mm-hmm. And I seen you start going for runs. You started making the videos. I was following you. Let me just first off say, I don't really follow like people, and I don't jump on social media and watch people's stories that but I was watching your stuff, dude. When I would get on there, because I do obviously a lot of market research. I'm getting ideas, content ideas, bookmark and stuff for us and what we do.
Right.
But I would always follow your stuff, and so you would always be the first one popping up,
Yeah.
Because the algorithms. So.
Right. No, I appreciate that.
And to see just month over month the progression, from the time that you left Paychex, because I knew you were complacent at Paychex. Right?
I was, man.
It was so bad. Easy to get into kind of that comfort zone,
right?
And then with the shift and COVID and the change and all that, right?
Made
Closing
me
down
worse.
The office, right?
Working from
they
home.
removed the culture. Yeah, they removed the culture that fired us up and made us and built us into the #1 sales team, right? They took that away.
Yeah.
And then we all just kind of
we had to adapt.
We all fizzled out, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Because our team, we'd probably all still be there, really, if they didn't just totally destroy the whole culture and everything that we had built.
Yeah.
And so you built your own, right? You rewired, you restructured, same thing as me, I left, built my own office, got my own studio, started building my own team, build my own culture, right? You're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now it's yours.
Right.
Which puts, a 10x on the value, because not only is it yours, this is your daughter's. This is
100%. I'm building my empire for Kinsley and my family.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so you could have continued on the path and you could have been successful and made a lot of money and did your thing, but now you're building something for next generation. And and it's going to turn into, I'm already going to say, the Bible says leave an inheritance for your children's children. This is going to turn into one of those, bro. You're going to have so many complexes and so many doors that you're going to be able to leave an inheritance for your children's children.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about inheritance and making sure that my daughter lives a comfortable life. But at the end of the day, I need to experience it, and I need to lead by example, and I want her to work for it just
Yeah.
as hard as I did, and
For
show
sure.
her, okay, well, dad did it,
That's right.
and I can do it too.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm going to charge, I have a mentor, and he charges his kids 10% interest on everything.
Perfect.
And I love
That's
it.
great.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm going to do too.
Yep.
You know, everything, you know, nothing comes for free.
Mm-hmm.
And you teach life lessons.
Yeah.
And that's something
100%.
I'm going to definitely implement in her life.
Yeah. To start, like, have them do, you could start, you know, like as soon as 3 years old, like, introducing, right, money,
Right.
having them buy their own stuff. Like,
Monopoly.
how much money you got?
Monopoly is literally the best game for an entrepreneur or a child growing up to
I
have an
agree,
entrepreneurial
dude.
spirit.
That's
I saw
my
the
favorite,
Monopoly
dude.
game in your office.
Yeah, the
I love
board.
it. The board.
I got a classic board.
I love it.
Legit. Yeah.
It really is, and
It's-
it's taught me so
dude.
much.
Real estate, bro. Real estate's key.
Real estate.
If you're not purchasing real estate, if you're not buying property, like,
Don't miss the wave.
yeah, before all these corporations suck it all up in China.
Yeah, these hedge
and-
funds are taking over,
Yeah.
and yeah, real
A lot
estate
of
is
investors.
number one, you know, cash flow, you know, that you can have,
Yeah.
and
It's the best investment.
Best
You'll never
investment
go,
ever.
You never go wrong.
real estate and mindset.
As long as you don't sell it, right? Yeah, mindset. Mindset's key. That's number one.
Right.
Like, first off, you got to get your mind right.
Got to get
before
dialed
you
in,
get
baby.
Anything else right. Like, before you get your family right, before you get your business right, before you get your investments right, this has
Yes.
to be completely aligned, dialed in, structured.
It's so
like-
overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, underrated.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize like what they are capable of doing. I
Yep.
see so many people that do not invest in themselves.
Just like sleeping, bro.
Dude, like, let's just go to sleep.
Sleeping on themselves.
Sleeping
bro.
on
their
themselves,
dreams,
on their
Like-
family, letting themselves down,
Yeah.
letting their parents down, letting their future
their
kids or the kids down.
Kids. I know. And this, I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. I was like, think about this, bro. Think about yourself right now, and think about yourself in 30, 40 years as a grandpa. All right.
Okay.
Like,
I don't want to age
Or
myself.
pictures,
'cause
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
20 right now. But,
yeah. A grandpa, dude.
Huh?
And like, your great grandchildren, and maybe if you're lucky, great grandchildren are gonna be looking up to you, and they're gonna be like that's Gramps,
Mm-hmm.
and like what did Gramps do for us? Like, what kind of, not like physically, like what did he do us and buy for? What kind of legacy
Right.
did Gramps build? What kind of character does Grandpa have? What kind of worker is Grandpa? What kind of lover? What kind of producer?
Right.
Right? What kind of man is Gramps?
Right.
You know? And the last thing you want when you're on that deathbed is for your family to look at you and be like, Gramps was lazy,
Yeah.
never really spent time with us,
Right.
didn't work hard,
Right.
didn't, like, he just, Gramps, I love him, had a great heart, but
Yeah.
that was it, you know?
Right.
Like, I don't want my family to look at me like, dude, I want my family to look up to me like,
Right.
yes,
100%.
I want to be that man times 10, and they
Right.
want to beat me,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Because the only way we could
you
win
set the tone.
is if we could teach our kids to beat us.
Right.
They got to beat. I always wanted to beat my dad.
Right.
And
You have
once
to have
I
that
got
competitive
there-
spirit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and not just like financially, like, dude, spiritual, mental, physical,
Mm-hmm.
emotional, relational. I want to be better in all those
Right.
areas.
Right.
Not just to be better. I want to be better.
Right.
Number one, for my parents to say thank you. Like, thank you so much. Like, you raised me. You were amazing parents, although you were flawed. I love you with all my heart, and you did a great job.
Right.
And this is how I can show you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to continue that for the next generation, so that I want them to have that same respect for me.
Right.
And I want them to do it, not for me though, not for me,
Right.
for them,
for themselves.
and for the next generation,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And so I love to see that you have that same mentality, like it's that lineage mentality,
Yeah.
you know, like how am I building up?
Yeah.
for-
And you just
for
have
that
to
next
start.
generation,
You just have to start. You just
Yeah.
have to start doing it.
right?
You know, it's like if you need to write down like what do I need to work on? You know, write it
Action,
down.
right? Your
Yeah.
number one action.
Action.
Yeah.
You gotta write it
just
down.
Take action.
And then figure out what you need to do to fix it.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's relationships or spending quality time or needing to make more money or whatever, you know, your
Right.
your health, your mental health, your whatever it is. You just need to take action,
For sure.
you know. So yeah.
What are your biggest attributes to like where you're at today? Like who do you give your success to? And I'm sure there's multiple people, but like that stands out. Like, was it a mentor? Was it a book? Was it a YouTube video that you watched? Was it a multitude of things? Like, how'd you get here? I know you mentioned Bradley, right? Like, what, like, walk me through the path though, of like how that happened. I want to know your mindset. Let's get inside the empire.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Love it. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I have to thank, you know, my parents, my mom and my dad. You know, they worked their butts off to be where they're at, and they really set a great foundation for me to be where I'm at right now.
Right. They're amazing, by the way. I've met them both. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're great people. But really, it's really what I have done since the beginning of this year, and it's really putting myself out there and taking away all distractions. Stop hanging out with my friends. Stop watching TV. Get off my phone. You know, stop listening to things that don't bring value. Let's stop listening to music and just start focusing on who's gonna get me to that next level. You know, and so yeah, YouTube was the start of it all. And watching, you know, Andy Frisella, you know Andy Frisella, Andy Frisella, Bradley, Pace Morby, I mean, the list goes on and on. Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. Like, dude, I was spending my Fridays, my Saturdays, my Sundays listening to these people, you know, when everyone else is hanging out partying. You know, like I took the initiative to do all that. And they're the ones that actually taught me how to be unconventional. So if you, you know, I want to be I am unconventional. For sure. You know, I'm not like everybody else.
100%. Yeah.
And they taught me not to be normal, not to be average, and really excel me to that next level. So yeah, I mean, going to masterminds, going to workshops.
You invited me to that one in Arizona.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool to see you like on this path, right? Because were you around like, you know what? Tony Robbins was somebody that I had followed a lot, right? You know that I went to his seminars
Kyle,
and I did his.
Yeah, you too. You brought a lot of inspiration to me too. I want to thank you as well. I mean, the $1 Million Journal, your mindset, you know, when we're working for Paychex, you had like a 5 a.m. phone call that we'd go on in the mornings.
I forgot about that.
You know, you'd always send me quotes. You would send me YouTube videos. You would, you know, you would text me with motivational stuff. Yeah, I mean, you've always had that in you. Well, for as long as I've known you.
Right.
And so, yeah, you were another large driving factor as well.
I'm not trying to take credit here, bro. Like,
but no, you really were.
Turn the spotlight. No, dude, come on.
You were.
I'm trying to
giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, bro. I really do appreciate that. And like, that was always my goal, is to be a leader and to turn that script, because as I was going and saying, Tony Robbins was somebody that I followed, you know, someone that I always looked up to, and I shared like so much with our team and with you guys, and all about personal development, self-growth, right? Like, it's all about mindset. It's all about learning and growing together, being selfless, right? Going over your goals, having them written out.
Yes.
Your daily gratitude, 5 things you're grateful for every single day. Like, tell yourself 5 things. Like, if you want to have a good, healthy, like, happy mindset, tell yourself every day 5 things that you're grateful for, right? Like, so I bring that up because everybody has someone or a multitude of people that play those roles and those influences, right? And what I'll say is this: the smart ones will stay strong, stay in communication, and continue to build that relationship.
Right.
I did that.
Continue
with Patrick,
to develop.
Right? Patrick was my mentor, dude.
Yeah, Patrick.
A lot of people like went under his wing, and you know, he led a lot of people. But I could say, like, I stuck to that man.
You did,
because he was my mentor. Like, that guy knew. Like, when he told me to read a book, I read the book.
Right.
Like, when he told me to go try this tactic, I tried that. Right.
Right.
And a lot of people just kind of like listened to him. They loved him. They followed him, but they never implemented.
Right.
And that's something that I love about you, bro, is like, you've implemented. You know, you've implemented the things that the tools, right? Because that's all they are. There's just a tool. We got a tool belt. You've been given a lot of tools. We've all been given a lot of tools,
Right.
And you've been implementing them,
Right.
you know. And so I see the growth. I've seen the pattern and just the mindset shift, right? And it's transpired into purchasing your brother-in-law's business. It's transpired into investing in those real estate transactions. It's transpired into going back into loans and betting on yourself that you can do it, right?
Right.
And so I want to bring that up, and I wanted to get inside the empire because, bro, everybody needs someone, right? Like
You do.
You need accountability, right?
You do.
Like you need someone that not only you're listening to and looking up to and you're getting that personal, but you also need the accountability piece.
Right. 100%.
Like, so critical.
Very critical. My wife is someone that holds me accountable, right? Kenzie holds
both.
Yeah, absolutely. But you just got to go out there and seek it. You have to go out there and find it. You know, you got to find someone that you relate to. You have to find someone that is going to be able to provide you with accountability and help you grow. And yeah, I mean, dude, we live in 2022. We have the internet on our phone can allow us access to everything. For free.
For free. Yeah. Which maybe
and there's still people out there that are not taking advantage of it.
I know, dude. You can market your business, guys. Like, you're watching me right now. I say this to the camera all the time. Like, you're watching us right now.
Right.
And this could be you making videos
Right.
for your business,
Right.
like getting people to see you, right? Like getting out there for free. You
Exactly.
did it, dude. You nailed it on the head.
Yeah.
So, what is the biggest takeaway that you've had since making a leap and jumping back into the entrepreneur world? Like, what is the number one? Let's put it this way. What's the number one advice you would give our viewers if maybe they're working a 9-to-5 job right now, they're working for corporate, and they want to take a leap on themselves?
Do you really? Do they really? A lot of people say they do, and they don't.
Yeah.
That's the number one question, is do you really want it? If you do, if you really want it, then you need to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
I hate to keep saying it,
No,
but it's the mindset is the most powerful thing that you have, and investing in yourself is literally. So my biggest takeaway is, without a mindset, you're gonna fall back in your old ways. You know, without having a why, without having like any foundation, your purpose, without having a strong enough purpose, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Right.
You know, and like people spend money on all these things that are materialistic or whatever, vacations. But dude, if you would have invested, I mean, I've invested, off the top of my head, let's say $15,000, $20,000 in mentorships and mindset and everything. And even just hours and hours and upon hours of time investing in myself.
Right.
And like, if people actually did that, like, you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you set your mind to.
Invest in you.
Invest in you.
Invest in you. You got that, guys? Invest in you. Like, invest in you. Wait, didn't you sell your car? Didn't you liquidate? Like,
bro,
this story's crazy.
I knew what I want, bro.
I saw one post, dude.
It's very
like,
emotional.
Oh, dude, I'm impressed. Like, this guy, he really wants it. Like,
dude, I want it.
Yeah.
And when I say I want it, dude, I really want it.
Yeah.
Like, I literally like nice things. I grew up with nice things.
Yeah.
Always.
Right.
And
I know.
I get emotional about it.
Watch.
I get emotional about it because I know what the end goal is.
Yeah.
And I had to sit down with my wife, and we wrote on a whiteboard on what our goals were. And how
one of the best things you could do, if you haven't done it, you guys should do that.
100%.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We wrote on a whiteboard on what we wanted to do and what our goal was. And we knew that we can have anything and everything that we want. The financial freedom.
Yeah.
That's what we were. That's what we are seeking, and that's what the direction that we're headed to. But in order to do that, you have to give up things.
100%.
You have to give up things.
Yes, you do.
You have to give up the time that you spend with your friends and your family.
Yep.
The Friday nights working hard, working at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. I sold a brand new Suburban that I had, that I liked, that I loved. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't say I loved. I don't love Suburbans, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a brand new car for my family and safe car for Kinsley. Yeah. I had to sell it.
It was clean.
It was clean. I had to sell it. Camping. You know me. I mean, we went camping on your property. Yeah. The Cali Ranch. It was amazing. Ranch, yeah. It was an inspiration to me. And that's something I love to do. I love camping. I'm selling my trailer, you know, I'm literally liquidating everything that I have that's worth value. Right. And cause I'm putting it back into my business.
That's great.
And in order for you to get to where you want to be, you have to reinvest in it to get what you want.
That's right.
And yeah, it does suck, you know? But it is what it is.
That's a choice though, right? Like
it was a choice.
Like you didn't have to do that, right? Like you could have.
It would have just taken longer.
Would have taken longer, or you could have just chilled and just stayed in the comfort zone, you know.
Right.
But you wanted to level up. Right?
I want to level up.
You want to get to.
I want to keep growing and growing and growing to the next year. I don't even remember what I did or who I was. Yeah. You know, I just want to keep growing. Yeah. And I mean, now I have dude, I didn't even know what a portfolio was, dude. Yeah. I really didn't. And now, like, I own crypto, you know, now I own real estate. Now I own, like, a distribution company. Now I have, you know, dude,
all these assets.
All these assets that are bringing me money, right?
You're like, and I ain't got no money in the bank, but I got assets. And that's valuable.
Dude, that's more valuable. That's valuable. Because if you talk to any entrepreneur or anyone that's successful, they don't have a lot of money in the bank. They have enough money to do what they want to do and be comfortable, but all their money is tied up in more real estate or more assets, businesses, more cash flow. Yeah.
Crypto, stocks, yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, 100%. And so, and I liquidated my 401k. I talked to you the other day about it.
Yep.
You know, it's like, dude, I'm losing money. I'm looking at my statements. I'm losing money.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
So I liquidated that.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't. Some real estate though, baby. It makes sense, right?
Dude, I pulled some money out of my 401k and I invested in crypto. I don't even know crypto isn't like, you know, guaranteed or anything, but I've already made my money back and more from the investment that I made. Yeah, I can go down, you know, but dude, I bought it for $1,000, you know, Ethereum when it was down like $9.90.
All right.
You know, it's like
prime time.
Yeah, prime time. Bought down during the dip. Yeah. You know, and look, it's, you know, it's wherever it's at right now. I don't care. But it was just throwaway money. It's a
long-term investment, though, bro.
Like, it is. It's not a short-term investment.
Like, if you look at the stock market, like, okay, let's be honest. Am I going to invest in the stock market that we know it, or the crypto market that we know? If you want to look at the trends and you want to look at society and an economy and the trajectory,
right?
Bro, we're going crypto.
Dude, Metaverse. Zoom out of the graph.
Easy. It's easy. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, right? Zoom out. You'll see this just goes up and up and up. And then as, you know, the world evolves, you know, we'll see where it goes. I mean, dude, they're naming stadiums after crypto. You know, what is it? Crypto arena. Yeah. I mean, even the younger generation's already getting into it. And I don't even think they can. But they're telling their parents to, hey, dude, I'm so dead serious.
It's very I know. It's very true.
Like if they're doing
they're making dough.
Yeah.
People made.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And it's not even like that you have to make dough. It's not even about that. It's about where are we going as an economy and as a society, and what are the trends?
Right.
What are the trends?
Right. And that's
our generation is now leading, right? We're the workforce,
right?
And we're the head of the workforce now. We're starting to lead the trends,
right? Right.
Our parents, they're starting to age out. They're about to be retiring soon in the next, you know.
And you can't rely on that
years.
Pension, 401k, Social Security.
And we understand that as millennials,
I do.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that don't.
True. That's very true. But they're waking up. They're starting to realize, like,
hopefully.
Yeah. We're going to help wake them up. So.
Yeah. Well, this is why it's here. So you got to hear it firsthand.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
I mean, dude, look at inflation, dude. Things are so incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
You know, everything is charged. Everything is, I mean, box of cereal is like $6-7 now. Like, dude, I went to Vegas and they charged me to use, you know, the refrigerator, $50 a day to charge. I mean, everything is just so super expensive.
Yeah.
All the prices are going up. Rent's going up, you know? So it's like, I'm pulling my money out.
Everyone's feeling it.
Yeah, everyone's feeling it. But everyone's getting paid the same.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
It's like, dude, you like, I love Corner Bakery. I went there the other day. And dude, now it's like,
shout out to Corner.
Yeah, I love Corner Bakery. But they like, dude, they don't give the pickle anymore. They give you these like cheap chips now. The sandwiches are super less. Like everything is less now, you know, and you get less quantity, less quality, and it's more. And it's like, dude, like where are we going?
They don't have the employees, bro. They don't have the employees, the staff. Like you said, inflation, all the prices are going up. Their profit margins are already slim pickings.
Right.
I mean,
I understand.
You know that industry, right? That's, dude, what the heck?
Yeah, that's why I got into real estate.
Getting crushed. And then you got to look at, go ahead. I want to know why you got into real estate.
I got into real estate because I'm investing money in something that's tangible, something that I can see, touch, smell, look at. That's mine, right? It's not anyone but mine. The government can't take it away from me. It's mine, right? Yep. And rate or the rent is just continuing to increase. When's the last time that rent went down?
It's going
up and up and up and up and up. Yeah. Invest in real estate, guys.
I know. It's only going to increase.
It is.
Here's the thing. The economy, the market, it's cyclical. It's going to go up and down, right?
Right.
The real estate market's definitely going to come back down.
I love that you said that. I have something for you.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean don't invest today. Like if you're in a position to invest and if you have cash, if you have equity in your house right now, and you're not pulling it out,
pull it out, because I pulled money out of my I did.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's just sitting there.
Do a HELOC.
That's exactly what I did.
This is not financial advice for sure.
Yeah,
by the way, no financial advice. But
got to disclose that.
For me, I would definitely go get a HELOC.
Yeah.
And I would have that money available. Banks are not going to be allowing or offering those anymore here soon, right? Like they're going to be like, get the HELOC and have the cash available. And when the market takes a dip, boom.
Yes.
But don't just have money sitting there. Do it like, dude,
cash is trash.
Cash is trash.
Cash is trash. They're printing out money as we...
Equity's trash too. Unless you use it. It's useless, and yet less you use it. There's no equity unless you use it. So for all the people out there that are like, oh yeah, I got like 300, 400,000 in equity. Like,
what is the bank paying you? 0.2%? 0.02%?
Right? Hey, let's be honest. You don't have anything unless you pull the money out and invest it and use it. But this isn't financial advice. So do your research. Or send me a DM. Or send this guy a DM. He can get you approved
for sure.
on a loan. Yeah.
100%.
I'll show you exactly what it's going to take.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that what they should do? I don't know. I'm not a loan officer. I'm just an investor.
Yeah, rates are high. I mean, it has to make financial sense, obviously. But I wanted to bring up something about the equity, right? And this is what my mentor told me, is that equity comes and goes.
Yes.
Equity comes and goes, but cash flow always is there.
Fact.
Cash flow.
It's fact.
You're always going to get cash flow.
Yeah.
So it's like when your renters are in there paying your mortgage for you. They're paying down your mortgage for you. They're building your equity for you, right? So they're doing that for you.
Yep.
And then they're paying you, and I'm able to collect money as I sleep, right? And build and keep growing. But then when they pay down the equity, or the equity increases because of the market value, then I just keep pulling that money out and keep reinvesting in new properties.
Yep.
That's the play.
Pull it out, on to the next one.
Yes.
Pull it out, on to the next one. Do a 1031. We're doing a 1031 right now with Patrick.
Yeah. Awesome. Tell me, do you feel comfortable telling me a little bit about that? Or?
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause I'm a little interested in that.
Yeah. So he's obviously, he was doing some developments, some shipping container homes, and they did a shift. So they're doing a fourplex. They're doing a few different phases. 2 months out on this first one, so we jumped in with them as joint venture. Yeah. So doing a little fourplex out in Pahrump.
Yep. I heard that area is growing.
Yeah.
Vegas, Nevada.
It is. Yeah. So that was huge. Obviously, we sold the commercial property in Carson City.
Yeah, congrats. So that's amazing.
That was a huge win for us.
For sure.
But we weren't going to pay capital gains, so we had to do a 1031.
Smart.
And then we rolled it over into this project, this development out there in Pahrump with Patrick. So
great.
That's good, dude. We're excited. Restart the timeline, right?
Right.
Sell this, another 1031, right? And just keep it rolling, right?
Exactly.
And that's how all these real estate professionals, they build a portfolio,
right? And
they get cash flow,
right?
Because you want to get positive cash flowing properties.
Correct.
Obviously, don't want to go buy a house. Your freaking mortgage is $3,000. You're charging $2,000 on rent.
Right.
People do that though.
Right.
But yeah, you just got to be smart and talk with somebody like you that obviously knows and can guide and give them the professional advice they need.
Yeah, I mean, I can help with loans. I can help with HELOCs. Just reach out to me.
Yeah.
Lontajo.
Lontajo.
Last name's not Lontajo for no reason, baby.
Hey.
So
Let's go. Cool, man. So I would love to sit here and talk. I don't think we got too much more time here.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we learned a ton from you today, bro. Like your trials and tribulations, the thing you've gone through, from, you know, having things kind of handed to you and just being a little spoiled only child, and growing and learning
That's my story.
how to grow from that, right? And then jumping into entrepreneurship, kind of following your father's footsteps, getting into the loans, jumping into the corporate world for a little bit, getting your feet wet there, then to having your baby and just complete
light switch.
Yeah, mindset shift is just changed back into the driver's seat, right? Entrepreneur, driving your own business, and making the moves, investing in real estate. Like, dude, your story's awesome. Is there anything else you want to share? Anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I just want to thank you so much for having me and allowing me to be on this platform. I tell myself I'm not a good public speaker and stuff, but you know, you're making me uncomfortable, and now that this is done, I feel great about it. And thanks for making me. You always made me feel uncomfortable, even at Paychex. You always pushed me to my limits, and you're still doing it now. We don't even work for Paychex, and I love that. And that's why I surround myself with people like you, like-minded, that are going to push me and make me grow. And so I just wanted to just say I appreciate you very much for having me on.
I appreciate you coming in, bro. Like we have a good story. Like, obviously we've hustled together. We knocked on the same doors. We worked with a lot of the same CPAs. Hopefully they're going to be watching this. They'll be like, I know those two. CPAs, bankers.
We'll send you the link.
Yeah. It's an email blast.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we had a lot of fun. We've done a lot of fun stuff.
Yep. It's only the beginning, baby.
Only the beginning. That's right.
I mean, look where we're at in just such a short amount of time.
Yep.
And I'm sure we'll be back on this podcast, and we'll be in a bigger and better places. So yeah.
Where can people find you? So on your social platforms, website, all of that?
Yeah. I have my loan officer, loan originating Instagram. It's loan LOAN.TAJO, and then I have my personal Instagram, which is just Lontajo LONTAJO. It's all about being unconventional, having a mindset, taking action, and being about growth. So if you want to follow me and watch my journey and get that extra push, and have content that is going to push you, then follow me, and I hope you enjoy it, because I know that, I've had about, just 10, 15 people reach out to me and just say, hey man, you're changing my mindset. You're changing,
that's awesome, man.
You're making me want to work out again. It's because of you, and just a lot of
rad.
Really cool things. And so I really appreciate the support.
That's good.
So yeah.
Good stuff. Give this guy a follow. He's definitely inspirational. I would have never thought he would get behind a camera. I tried getting him behind a camera forever, told him the power of it. We all know how it is. It's hard, and it does take a little bit of time. So I love seeing you behind the camera now, bro, and what you're doing. You're inspiring me. So keep doing it. I got back in the gym too. Like, seeing you running in the mornings helped me get back in the gym, bro. Like, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, bro. Like, it's all interconnected, and you hit it on the head. And I want to just kind of bring it back to this point. Getting to that place took not just action, but motion, right? You had to get your body moving, right? You had to get your body moving again in order to get your mind moving again. And sometimes that's what we need. So if you're just like us, and you just like kind of in the grind, the hustle, you're just sitting on your computers, and you're not active. Maybe you've been working on your mindset and you're just not there. Maybe you're just not active. Maybe you're just not moving enough. You just got to get that body going. Go for a run.
It only takes 45 minutes to an hour and a half every day. You have 24 hours in a day.
That's right.
Get up. And get moving.
Good catch. What? All right, guys. I got my boy Nick here. We had an awesome conversation. I hope you guys found value. Give him a follow. He's amazing. This is the Inside the Empire podcast. Thanks for watching us. Make sure you subscribe, follow us, like, comment, and share this. It helps not just support our business. It also helps support him and his business. So go also leave him a review. We appreciate it. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.